Welcome to Nasdaq TradeTalks. I'm your host, Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. We're coming to you from CES 2025 in Las Vegas, Nevada, and joining me for this segment, we have Jose Sanchez, Senior Director of Product Management, IoT, Connectivity, and Services at Telit Cinterion, and we're here to discuss security and connectivity in the IoT ecosystem. It is great to have you with us, Jose. Welcome to TradeTalks.
Thank you, Jill.
All right, give us some background on Telit Cinterion and what its role is in the IoT ecosystem.
All right. Yes, Telit Cinterion, we see ourselves as the Western leader in IoT technology. Telit Cinterion has been there for more than 30 years, providing IoT technologies to companies in various sectors, in industrial sectors, that utilize IoT technology to manage data, to collect data and analyze that data in order to optimize industrial processes and systems in general, right? So Telit Cinterion is among the top 5 brands. It's the only non-Chinese brand, IoT brand in the top 5 worldwide. And we basically have a portfolio of products and services that are grouped in 3 areas. You could say 3 areas. First of all, being IoT modules. What we call in the industry IoT modules are chips or systems, electronic systems that are used to monitor devices, to convert machines into connected machines using cellular technology, 5G technology, and all the different flavors of 5G technology that have been developed specifically for IoT, but also the legacy solutions like LTE, 4G,
right,
and 2G, Wi-Fi, GNSS, chips for or modules for location of assets, Bluetooth, etc. The second segment is the platforms, the IoT platforms. We provide platforms to help our customers collect data, orchestrate that data, and analyze that data, right? So along with the platforms, we have edge applications to help process software with specific embedded software, and AI applications process that data at the edge. That's where it's collected in order to optimize their data collection and optimize general IoT applications. And the third block, or the third group, is what we call connectivity, right? So we are an IoT MVNO and provide global cellular data plans for our customers using traditional SIM, but also eSIM technology and what we call a CMP platform, or a platform to help manage those SIM cards at scale.
Yeah,
so,
which is so interesting, because when you think of IoT, the first thing I think of, okay, what's going on at home, everything that's all connected, but this is EV charging, healthcare, utilities, as smart cities are being built out. Right. IoT just isn't like, a fun thing to have at home anymore.
Yes, IoT touches pretty much every segment of our lives today. We see ourselves as a very horizontal technology provider, and work with a variety of industries. We have thousands of customers in very various industries. Critical infrastructure, for instance, like smart utilities, like security surveillance systems, but also healthcare systems for remote patient monitoring, or smart buildings and transportation for asset monitoring and tracking, but also with the new, with all the environmental challenges that we're having, there's a lot of investment towards agriculture, for instance, livestock monitoring, crop monitoring, environmental sensing, wildfire detection, etc.
Right, well, let's talk about some of that for a moment here, what the connectivity challenges are within the IoT ecosystem, whether you're thinking about scale or accessibility to it, or making sure that the power that's necessary to make to connect the ecosystem is available and doesn't go down.
Yeah, indeed, that's a very good question. Well, it's the challenge, and actually the motivation has always been the same. It's actually to connect assets and devices reliably, no matter where they are and no matter when, right? So that's the main, and that drives challenges, right? Specifically also because of the constantly changing regulatory landscape, also in specific countries where we see regulations limiting permanent roaming. So ideally our customers want a global one SIM card to help them connect an asset anywhere in the world.
And that's that next SIM, right? So tell us how that's the next gen. What does that mean?
Yes, so our connectivity solutions and services basically are grouped into one is global connectivity plans, what we call Next Global Connectivity, and that is a single SIM. We basically hide the complexity of managing relationships with multiple carriers and operators worldwide for our customers under a single SIM card. It could be a physical SIM or also a virtual SIM. Nowadays, it's also possible to install data plans without having a physical SIM, and also iSIM, right? Paired with our modules, you can put a software SIM inside our modules and without having the need of,
Is this available on the consumer level at this point?
Yeah, I mean, this technology has been used in the consumer space for a while. We have been pioneers in utilizing that technology in IoT. So taking that consumer
For what you learned from the consumer IoT
industrial grade.
And moving it here. What about data and cybersecurity initiatives around it? I mean, clearly you're handling highly sensitive data, and then the security of that particular data, it's happening in a mobile capacity. So how is the industry approaching that?
Yeah, I mean, we're conscious that with the addition of services around our modules, platforms, and connectivity, the attack surface is obviously increasing, meaning that we have to design our systems in a way that they're secure by design and also comply with increasing cybersecurity regulations. But that's not it. I mean, of course, there's an increasing level of cybersecurity regulations that's been happening worldwide, and we have to comply to that. But we commit to designing our services and our products, pen testing our products, ensuring that also the security is not an afterthought, so basically helping our customers monitor the systems throughout their lifetime. That's another essential part of cybersecurity. It's not that it's static, it's a static thing, but it's actually a continuously evolving threat. And that's what we have to ensure with the corresponding threat management tools to actually help our customers monitor their fleets and spot any possible risks throughout the device.
Which is so interesting because some of the technologies that we've been discussing here at CES, especially as it relates to agentic AI as an example, where not only can it detect the vulnerabilities, but mitigate it, and then also starting to have the ability to respond to it. Which is really interesting because human teams can only respond so quick. And to your point, with all the regulations and now having to report breaches, it really time is of the essence. In a connected ecosystem.
Yeah, I mean, regulations are always trying to keep up with the market, but AI is going to help us, but there's always two sides to the story, right?
Of course, right.
AI helps also create more sophisticated attacks. So, that's always a process, and we're monitoring it, of course.
When you think about what's next for the company specifically and the industry overall, what does it look like in the next year or two?
Well, when we talk about IoT connectivity, we're seeing a rise of eSIM technology being more pervasively used in order to cope with challenges related to regulatory, or specific country requirements on roaming, for instance. So we see a move towards eSIM platforms or remote SIM provisioning solutions to complement existing connectivity solutions. So that's the move that we're going to see in the next 12 months for sure, coming from many players. We have been invested in this for years already, but we are seeing that the market's going in this direction in order to help customers be more flexible and not having to switch SIM cards in the field, but having just a platform to allow to change the operator at any point of time, or to react to changes, or to provide higher reliability. That these are the things that we
it's
see
fascinating to see just how quickly these changes, and we're living with this technology now, so it's fascinating to see. Jose, appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. Thanks for joining me from CES. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.